in the desert. The people of Israel had escaped from Egypt. They were no longer slaves, they were free. Moses and Aaron's sister, Miriam, took her tambourine and led the women as they danced and sang for joy. Sing to the Lord because he has won a glorious victory. He has thrown the horses and their riders into the sea. But before long, they forgot their cruel slavery in Egypt. They forgot about all the slave drivers with their savage whips. All they could think of that was a food they enjoyed in Egypt. The fish, those juicy melons, and the leeks and onions and cucumbers. What was there to eat in the desert? So they began to grumble. They turned against Moses and Aaron. It would have been better to die in Egypt, they said, than to starve to death in this desert. God heard the grumbles and he spoke to Moses. Tell the people, I will give them all they need. I have saved their lives and I will give them food. There will be meat tonight and a new kind of bread tomorrow. Every morning from now on, except on Fridays, when I will give you for 2 days so that no one has to work on Saturday, my Sabbath day of rest. Moses told people what God had said, and sure enough, that even at dusk, a great flock of birds called quails settled to rest around the tents. So the people had their meat. Next morning, when the sun dried the dew, there on the ground around the camp was the special bread God had made. It lay there like frost, and they gathered it quickly before the hot sun melted it. They called it manna. It tasted very good, like biscuits made with honey. All the time they were in desert, God gave the people manna to eat day by day. They never had to go hungry. But there were other troubles. The hot sun burned down, and there were very little water in the desert. So the people began to grumble again. Give us water, Moses. Did you bring us here to die of thirst? Again, Moses cried to God for help. Take your strong stick and strike the rock with it. God said, you will have enough water for everyone to drink as much as they want. And again, God did just as he said. Water poured from the rock. The people were wrong to put God to test, but he did not fail them. For 40 years, God looked after his people in the desert. He kept every one of his promises to teach them. Day by day, he fed them and gave them water to teach them to depend on him and trust him.